Hey, it's Dave Wyman. Time for Football 101. We're going into the playoff this weekend, and I'm going to give you a lot of reasons why this looks like a pretty daunting task, but it's just the way it is. With San Francisco, they're the hottest team in the NFL. So I think that, look, there's still a chance. I think the best way that the Seahawks could get a win is to get takeaways. I mean, if you can just string together, I've been saying it all week, a couple of plays, a couple of takeaways, opportunities, you get them flustered a little bit. This is a team that's been very dominant. You know, they've won 10 in a row. So a couple of things. 10 in a row. McCaffrey in 11 games. So Christian McCaffrey, their running back, who they traded with the Carolina Panthers to get somewhere in the first third of the season. He's rushed 159 times for 746 yards, 4.69 average. He's got 6 touchdowns. That's running. Pass catching, 52 catches for 464 yards. That's 9 yards per reception. 4 touchdowns, and he has thrown a touchdown pass. He threw a 34-yard touchdown pass. So this kid's doing everything. I played with his dad at Stanford and with the Broncos, and so kind of familiar with the family, and he's a good kid, and he's playing really hard. But I'm not sure if he's their best weapon or not. They've got so many good players with the Niners. You look at their offense, they're number 5 in yards, number 6 in points scored. Then you look at their defense, this is where they're really tough. Their total defense, they're only giving up 300 yards, which is number 1 in the NFL. And then points allowed, 16.3, which is also number 1. But anyway, let's take a look at some of their plays and what makes them so good. One of the things I would say about the 49ers offense, especially, they're well studied. I mean, they run everything so well, so efficiently. I feel like these guys study. They're a bunch of nerds. They know exactly what they're doing. There's lots of motion and there's lots of shifting. And one of the things that they've said is there is an illusion of complexity. I would say that there's no illusion. It's complex. They do a lot of things really just by their formations and by their motion. So let's take a look at this. You got here a running back that's lined up a little bit back, and you'll see why in a second here, but he starts in motion before the ball is snapped, and then it gets everything going this way. But by this formation, it's pretty balanced. I mean, you got 2 receivers on this side, 1 on this side, and 2 backs, but they very quickly get numbers over on this side of the ball where the ball's going. So you can see here the ball is snapped, and this running back has gotten a head start. So he started in motion this way. And you're going to see with the throw that it's actually a backwards throw. But, usually on a screen, you get offensive linemen that are sort of setting back and then they release. This center right here is releasing right away to get numbers. You've got your fullback who is headed out to get numbers. There's your tight end right there. There's your receiver. So as I said, here's the throw, and I wonder if this, they're setting this up. He's going to run this ball as soon as he catches it, but he could possibly throw a pass out of this. So that's one of those things that you sort of set up. Teams are watching your film. This is last week against the Cardinals, and I don't believe they did throw out of this in the game against the Cardinals. So if you're the Seahawks, you're watching this, and if you're the coach, you're saying, hey, this is a backward pass. This guy can throw it again. But again, let's look at the numbers out here. As far as you got George Kittle, the tight end, you got your receiver out here, you've got your center sprinting out here, and you got your fullback sprinting out here. So they've already got numbers on the Arizona defense. Right, if you split down the middle, they're outnumbered on this side of the ball. And here you see how quickly, this is a pretty easy throw for Mr. Irrelevant here. He was the last pick in the draft. They call him Mr. Irrelevant from Iowa State. He's a rookie. He looks like he's 10 years old, but this kid is executing this offense really well. So, you can see, and we'll see from the end zone a little bit more, how they get numbers out here. But it makes it look like a pretty easy play. It's an easy throw for the quarterback, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and look at it from the end zone. And this is the running back, Elijah Mitchell. This is the longest play of the game. About 37 yards this play goes for. But you see that he starts in motion before the ball is snapped. So by the time the ball is snapped, he's about right here, and then everybody else just releases up to block. So here's one thing that happened that we didn't get a chance to see, but trust me, it happened. Here's George Kittle. He's back here. He had a chance to block this guy right here, And he didn't. He went up to the next level. And the reason why is because they've already outflanked this guy. He's a dead player. You don't need to block him. So now Kittle can go up to the next level, and he can get a block on the linebacker right here. So you just let this guy go because you've already outflanked him. He started in motion, caught it on the run. He's going to outrun that guy. So, and Kittle very wisely said, all right, I'm going to leave him alone and just go up to the next guy. So again, here's Kittle getting the block here, and they actually double him with the center, I believe that is right there. And then this guy has been outrun. This guy right here is blocked. And now you've got Kyle Juszczyk, who is possibly the best fullback in the league. He's a Pro Bowler and All-Pro, and he's going to get this block right here, and then that's going to end up springing Elijah Mitchell for a 37-yard gain. So this is the aftermath. Again, you're outrunning this guy. You've got a block here. This guy's on the ground. This guy's too late. So he ends up going out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. But again, this is just how with formations and motion and things like that Kyle Shanahan, the head coach of the 49ers, and his offense are just amazing at. And this is how they get people loose like this. And it looks pretty simple, but they with the motion and shifting and the angles that they get on blocks, and then like a really smart play by George Kittle to not block the one guy, knowing that the running back can outrun him. That he gets up, he's an extra guy, and now you're outmanned defensively. So it's going to be a tough one for the Seahawks, but hopefully they figure it out, and hopefully they don't throw a double pass off of this play that we just looked at.